In the beginning, the celestial lion felt the first shiver of imbalance whisper across the heavens.
Far below, young Lira heard the sorrowful wail of the wounded winds.
The old sage Eldrath knew this omen had long been feared. Only one guardian could answer the wind's plea.
Aureon stepped forth, mane shimmering with cosmic breath.
Yet the lion spoke gently, as if calming a child of the wind.
Destiny chose her, though she did not yet understand its weight.
The sky path opened, ancient and sacred.
Though fear held her heart, courage stirred her steps.
Zephyrian, spirit of the east, trembled beneath unseen strain.
He recognized the girl's rare harmony with the shifting air.
Even mighty Boreas bled cold light into the broken sky.
Her touch offered a moment's relief to the faltering north.
Notice, warm bearer of the south, flickered like a dying ember.
She felt his fading warmth, with a sorrow she could not name.
Eurus arrived last, the quietest of the four, yet torn by unseen claws. He entrusted her with a fragment of hope. The winds were being drained, consumed by a shadow older than memory.
Even Eldrath had never seen such wounds upon the heavens.
The truth shook her spirit like a storm-tossed leaf.
This was no natural tear. It was carved by malice.
Zephyrian's strength waned as the rift devoured the eastern breath.
Her chant carried innocence, yet destiny strengthened it.
The winds leaned on one another, for even spirits knew fear. Opposites united when survival demanded it.
Her winds soothed his burning spirit.
The celestial lion lent his strength where the balance thinned.
And so their true journey began.
Each breath felt like a whisper of destiny. Aureon's patient stride guided her through the roaring breath of heaven.
The east warned them. The rift grew faster than they could climb.
Yet the spirits guided her steps, as though she were one of them.
The frost-born guardian held his ground, despite the breaking sky.
Cold hands preserved her fragile courage.
Warmth flowed, where shadows threatened to close the path. From flame came the fire of resolve.
The west whispered of an unseen horror stalking the winds.
With each spirit's gift, her destiny grew clearer.
Then the lion felt it, the breath of ancient malice. Even afar, Eldrath felt the shadow stirring. The old sage urged her to steady her heart.
Together they stood before the wound that bled darkness.
The south lent fire to the lion's celestial roar.
From the east came grace to guide her steps. North and west stood united as storm and whisper.
Ice sought to bind that which defied nature.
The west shielded her like a whispering guardian.
At the center lay a void, older than skies.
She felt the wound's sorrow echo deep within her spirit.
The south taught her to steady her flame. The east felt the shadow clawing through unseen seams.
Weakened winds held their ground as fate demanded.
Opposing breaths intertwined in desperate unity.
The old sage uttered a forbidden title, the Veiled Shadow.
The words chilled her spine like winter breath.
The north lent stoic strength for what lay ahead.
The west taught her to listen, not with ears, but with spirit. Their joined breath held the darkness at bay for a moment.
Within the wound, the lion felt the sky's agony.
Still, the girl followed the lion, heart trembling, spirit steady. The wind whispered stories of what once was whole.
Something stirred, watching them from formless dark.
The fissure weakened. Their time was vanishing. It's collapsing.
The east's guidance flickered like early dawn.
The north bore the weight of sky itself.
Warm winds rose to protect her fragile flame.
West and east breathed in harmony to protect the pair within.
Together, they faced the heart of the wounded sky.
The lion's roar challenged what lurked in silence. And from the void, the veiled shadow stirred.
Its gaze pierced her spirit like ancient cold.
But the celestial guardian stood between shadow and child.
Her spark joined his roar, weaving fragile hope.
For a moment, the darkness faltered.
Outside, the winds battled to keep the sky from shattering.
North and west held the passage open with fading might.
Trusting the wind within, she fled the collapsing heart.
The lion guarded her like a storm-born shield. But the shadow was not done hunting. A roar of equilibrium repelled the void's hunger.
The west carried her to safety on a silver breath.
The winds gathered around her like protective family.
Even the lion felt the strain of confronting the void.
Yet his concern lay with the child touched by destiny.
The sage saw the aftermath and feared what it foretold.
The east heard truths older than its breath. Beware, Zephyrian.
Warmth returned her strength, like dawn after longest night.
The winds knew this was but the first fracture. Though sealed, the wound would never be the same.
And so the girl understood the gravity of her path.
The sage warned, deeper fractures awaited.
The east taught her the language of air itself.
Even weakened, the winds saw promise within her.
The north sensed the lion's hidden dread.
For he knew the shadow would rise again.
With newfound resolve, she vowed to walk beside the lion.
The four winds stood ready, fragile yet unbroken.
And so their true odyssey began across the wounded sky.
For in every breath of wind, destiny awaited its chosen.